How the world didn't end. Johnson, homework. The teacher boomed. The schoolboy experienced the familiar stab of dread. But life was different since he found the watch. He reached for it in his pocket, feeling its cold metallic case and domed glass front. He pushed the stem. Time halted, and all the people with it. The teacher, his finger pointed and mouth ajar, Becky Thompson blowing pink gum past her braces, the bubble frozen in permanent stasis. Even the birds outside the window wings stiffened, and the tree's branches hardened. He finished his homework and then clicked the watch again. Time marched on. He did many things a 14-year-old boy would do with a magical pocket watch. He took long lie-ins. Sometimes he'd take his bicycle into London and wander about the immobile millions. He'd steal an ice cream, climb to the top of the tallest building, and watch as the sun neither set nor rose. His one regret was that electronic devices didn't work. Perhaps he would have wasted his whole life playing Red Dead Redemption 2 if they had. Shamefully, he also had to admit he'd been in the girls' changing room. It was lunchtime when his best friend Carl said to him, "Are you growing a mustache? I swear that wasn't there yesterday." Instinctively, he reached for his lip. It was true. The thing with the watch was that time never stopped for him or his biology. Legally, he was 14, but in the previous year, he'd halted time so often he was probably more like 15 and a half. "I don't know what you mean," he replied, clicking the watch. He decided to have a little longer for lunch. He left them in their suspended state, and went behind the canteen counter for another helping of beef stew. He was on his third or fourth mouthful when the piece of meat lodged in his throat. He slapped himself on the chest. Nothing. He stood up, now panicking, and tried to force it with a cough. Nothing. It was stuck fast. He clawed at his pocket for the watch. His only chance was the Heimlich maneuver. In his panic, the watch slipped from his grasp, and he accidentally kicked it under a vending machine. Turning blue, he careened around the canteen, crashing into the statues of the other students. Some tipped over with a thud like frozen pieces of beef in a meat locker. And soon too, the schoolboy collapsed, his consciousness departing. The last thing he saw was his classmates arranged around him like waxworks. So that was how the world didn't end, no bang or cosmic contraction. It was the big freeze. An eternity spent in place. The observed without an observer.